Nah, heck no. When I took this fight, it was nothing had to do with nobody. I was just looking for opponents, and Edwin De Los Santos called me out on the media, and I, accepted his call out. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? It don't got nothing to do with nobody. And when it comes to the businessman, I try to stop everybody,
Hmm.
and that's what makes me exciting.
You heard it, guys. Right out of the horse's mouth. Edwin called out Keyshawn. Keyshawn accepted. Now, the reason Keyshawn is saying that he picked Edwin is because they fight for two different promotional companies. Edwin De Los Santos is a PBC fighter. Keyshawn Davis, obviously, is a top ranked fighter. Keyshawn Davis, he's calling the shots. He's the champion and he's making noise. He's top ranked premier top fighter. So he had to reach out to them. They had to reach out to PBC and they had to come to an agreement. So Keyshawn, basically, he did pick Edwin, but Edwin De Los Santos actually was the one who called out Keyshawn. Keyshawn didn't duck the smoke. Now, was Edwin Keyshawn's first choice? No. Keyshawn has been publicly in interviews speaking of this mystery Mexican fighter who he said outpriced himself by asking for $8 million to fight Keyshawn. Now, I have yet to hear anybody say who this fighter is. The only thing we know is that he has a name and he's Mexican. Y'all get in the comments and let me know who you think that might be. But obviously, Keyshawn seems like a guy that stands on morals, and he's airing out this mystery fighter's dirty laundry, I guess calling him a duck. Which brings me to this point. Being that Edwin called Keyshawn out, did Keyshawn take the fight to not look like a duck? But either way, this type of bravery that Keyshawn Davis is displaying is what has been missing from the sport of boxing, which explains why Keyshawn Davis has athletes like Allen Iverson and Michael Vick supporting him, who are arguably the two biggest athletes to ever come out of the state of Virginia. Why is the support of the local celebrities of Norfolk so public now? It's because most of these guys are fans of boxing and they understand the risk ahead. If you haven't been living under a rock, you know that Keyshawn's opponent, Edwin De Los Santos, is a dangerous, skilled KO puncher. Michael Vick and Iverson know that with a impressive win over Edwin, that Keyshawn Davis is a fellow Virginian that will go down in sports history. During the lead up to this fight, and especially the press conference today, Keyshawn has shown an unbelievable amount of confidence mixed in with arguably a little bit of arrogance. Now, I believe that some of it has been a little clownish at times, and it gives me nightmares of what happened with Adrian Broner. Keyshawn is definitely raising the bar for himself and putting a lot of pressure on himself to go out and have an amazing performance against such a dangerous fighter. Now, I believe this confidence from Keyshawn Davis is coming from good faith in God, also sprinkled in with some sparring with the greats like Shakur Stevenson and Terrence Crawford. Now, from what I've seen in Keyshawn's career, he will have to go to another level of speed and timing. He will have to take those up a notch that I haven't seen him do to outclass Edwin De Los Santos, because I just can't see Keyshawn Davis walking down Edwin De Los Santos. But I'm excited to see what happens. This is boxing. Has Keyshawn Davis let the convenient matchmaking of Top Rank go to his head? Especially being that Edwin De Los Santos is the one that called him out. Makes me wonder. Now, the dark side of this type of challenge can be a lonely one. All of this attention and support can be snatched away with a loss. Fighters love being on top. And right now, Keyshawn is definitely getting that type of support. He has a very tough task ahead. Now, I love what he is doing with DB3 and promoting his fighters. He said that he would love to be Keyshawn said that he could be a great promoter one day. Keyshawn has definitely been putting a lot of light on DB3, and we're all looking. DB3, they all have legit fights. I think Keyshawn has the toughest task, obviously, but a lot of pressure is on DB3. Now, in boxing, we have seen crazy things happen, but I'm pretty sure even if, God forbid, no bad luck on Keyshawn, but even if he were to lose, I don't see the whole DB3 losing, but we have seen stranger things. Now, I'm going to wrap this up by saying that, me personally, I think Keyshawn, of course, he wants to sell the fight, but like I said, this is giving me vibes from Adrian Broner, how he talked so much that those clips still surface to this day, and people still comment to this day. I would hate to see a meme of Keyshawn because I like what he's doing, promoting his brothers and putting on for his city. But he has wrote a mouth that his behind must. He's wrote a check with his mouth that his behind must cash. And he didn't have to put such a high expectation on himself. And a lot of times they say that fighters pick fighters because they feel like they can beat him and this and that. But when I learned the news that Edwin was the one that got this whole thing, got this whole idea to where it is now by calling out Keyshawn, I sat back like, whoa. And the confidence from Keyshawn is overwhelming. But anyways, guys, cross your fingers for your pick. You know it's your boy jaysquiz signing out, baby. Much love. The countdown starts.